The way that you break a fast can wipe out all your fat loss progress with one bite. If you've been fasting long enough, refeeding the wrong way isn't just a setback, it can be genuinely dangerous. In rare cases, even life-threatening. So today, I'm going to show you how to break any fast the right way, keeping your fat burning going long after the fast is over. In 2021, a man was brought into the ER after going 8, maybe 10 days without food. He wasn't just hungry, he was dehydrated, disoriented, wandering around with no sense of where he was or how long it had been. And when the medics checked his vitals, they were surprisingly stable. Heart rate looked fine, blood pressure was low but not alarming, his heart rate was beating in a normal rhythm. If you saw him in the moment, you'd think, okay, he just needs a meal. And that's exactly what happened. He refused IV fluids, refused electrolytes, and went straight to a full plate of food. A normal meal you and I might just sit down and eat without thinking, but his body wasn't ready. And a few hours later, everything unraveled. His heart rhythm swung wildly out of control, speeding up, then pausing, then slowing to a crawl. His blood pressure dropped to the floor, his energy was zapped. Doctors had to rush him into the ICU, put him on a dopamine drip just to keep his heart beating. And all that happened because after starving for that long, his body simply couldn't handle a normal meal. It's called refeeding syndrome. And it goes to show you just how important breaking your fast is. Now, before you freak out, I should clarify that this was a starvation situation. This is not what happens when you fast for a day or two. It's usually only possible after you've been fasting for 5, 10 days. The longest I've personally done is 10 days. I've extensively done this multiple times, and it can be very, very safe. Still, I'm sharing this story with you because the same principles apply when you're breaking your fast. And depending how long you've been fasting, the stakes could be high. Not only that, if you're fasting to lose weight, the first meal you eat could undo all your fat loss progress. So you need to be careful here. When your body goes without food long enough, your body lowers its digestive output. Your enzymes slow down. Your stomach stops stretching. Your cells start holding on to minerals like potassium and magnesium because they're not coming in through food. And that's fine. Your body knows how to do that safely. But it also means your system isn't ready for a big surge of food all at once. If you suddenly eat a full normal meal, especially one high in carbs, after days of not eating, insulin shoots up fast and those minerals rush into the cells all at once. And the heart and the nervous system struggle to keep up. That's the chain reaction behind refeeding syndrome. Now, when it comes to fat loss, the trigger is almost always the same. You fast for 1 or more days, causing your body to tap into stored fat. During that time, everything in your body slows down, including insulin. And because insulin has been low for so long, your cells start to become a little more sensitive to it. That means when you break your fast with the wrong foods, something like sugar or carbohydrates, it doesn't just cause a sudden spike in insulin. That spike can be as much as double what it would normally be, shutting down fat burning on the spot. Now, on the other hand, if you restart your digestion gently, your body handles it well, and your fat burning continues because you've helped repair your insulin sensitivity. And the better you do with that, the better you do with fat burning. Okay, now that we understand what's at stake if you break your fast the wrong way, what types of food should you avoid? First, anything that digests very quickly. Juices, pastries, high sugar fruits, anything sugary, these create the strongest insulin response. Also avoid foods that require a lot of digestive power. Big salads, raw vegetables, steamed are okay. Heavy proteins, greasy restaurant meals, they tend to overwhelm the system that's still waking up. And it should go without saying, but very large meals, even healthy ones, are tough on the stomach that's been resting. None of these foods are bad. They just show up at the wrong time. And when they show up too early in the refeed, they work against everything your fast just accomplished. Real quick, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to like and hit the subscribe button. Doing so helps get this information to more people who need to hear it, and will make sure that you see more videos like this in the future. All right, now that you know what can go wrong, let's look at how to break your fast the right way. Because the first thing you eat doesn't just end the fast, it sets the tone for the next 24 to 72 hours. It shapes how hungry you feel, how strong your cravings get, how steady your digestion stays, how long your body keeps burning fat before flipping out of that mode. So the goal here is simple. You want to give your body food in the order it can handle. And that order depends on how long you've been fasting. If you've been fasting for 16 to 24 hours, your digestion hasn't slowed down too much. You can restart things with a small, simple meal. Start with a clean protein, a few bites of pasture-raised eggs or wild-caught fish or a little organic chicken. Protein gives your body a steady landing pad, and it prevents the sugar surge that shuts off fat burning. Consider adding a small serving of cooked vegetables on this plate. Zucchini, spinach, carrots, any soft cooked vegetable works. And it's because cooked vegetables require far less digestive power than raw ones. Then when you start eating, take those first 10 minutes slowly. Your hunger rebounds faster than your digestion wakes up. Easing in keeps things comfortable and keeps cravings from spiking the rest of the day. If you've been fasting for 24 to 48 hours, your system needs a bit more of a warm-up. I recommend starting with broth. Just a few sips. Broth is warm, gentle. It helps reboot your digestion without overwhelming your stomach. Give it 10 to 20 minutes to settle. If everything feels good, then bring in cooked vegetables. Quarter of a cup is great. Once that sits well, add a small portion of clean protein, eggs, white fish, organic poultry. Save carbohydrates for later in the day when your system is fully awake. And this helps stretch out your fat burning longer into your eating window. Now, if you've been fasting for 48 to 72 hours, your body usually needs more space between steps, but the food stays the same. Start with the broth again, maybe some soft veggies in there. Be patient with it. If your stomach feels tight or pressured or warm, wait 30 to 60 minutes. Try the broth again before moving forward. When the broth feels comfortable, follow the same sequence. Have the cooked vegetables that are maybe in the broth already, small amount of healthy fat, like an egg or nut butter or avocado, a few bites of protein. Your stomach's been resting longer, so portions should be smaller here. Once those steps feel good, you can move back into regular meals later in the day. Now, if you've been fasting longer than 72 hours, the pattern doesn't change, but the timing stretches out even more. For some people, it takes until the second eating window before their stomach is ready for protein. Most can return to normal meals by the next day. Now, speaking of eating food, did you know there are actually foods you can eat that won't break your fast? Most people think one bite instantly ruins everything, so they push through hunger longer than they need to, or they quit fasting altogether. But there are a few foods that keep insulin steady and let you stay in fat burning mode even when you eat them, which is the whole point of fasting in the first place. So if you want to know exactly what those foods are and how to use them, watch my next video on the top 6 foods that don't break your fast. I'll include a link to that here. Click to watch it next, and I'll see you there.